Hi everybody, welcome to week 3. Okay, so this week we've got Competency 2, Facilitate Learner Development and Socialization. Just want to remind you, in your book, pay special attention to page 52, where it lists out the components of the competency, because I think there might be some things in there that, that you might not expect. So there's some different components in there. So, facilitate learner development and socialization. So, I think the facilitate learner development in terms of knowledge base, psychomotor skills, things like that, I think you guys will get a pretty good handle on. The socialization piece, though, is a little bit different. As an instructor, you're socializing individuals to both their role as professional nurse, in the academic setting, or for new nurses in the clinical setting, the role of the professional nurse in that culture. But for nursing students, you're also socializing them into the expectations of what it means to be a nursing student. So that is a little bit different. And so I chose to focus on that for this week. Being a nursing student, as you might remember, is totally different from when you started out with gen eds and things like that, and you actually got into the nursing courses. It's a crazy life, and sometimes emotions get out of control. I have attached an article having to do with incivility in the classroom. And what it's about is it talks about student perceptions of incivility and how does that compare with faculty perceptions and what is there a relationship there. So I think you'll enjoy reading that article, and then I'd love to hear your thoughts about what you think about incivility in the classroom. Now, incivility in the classroom, there's one thing with nursing students, but it also takes place in the clinical setting. Let's say that you are maybe a nurse who hasn't been a nurse forever, and you're the educator, and you're going in to teach a class to nurses who have been nurses since dirt, okay? That can be a little intimidating, and you can also see some incivility in the classroom. So kind of think about it from whatever perspective you are looking at after graduation. And I'd really like to hear your thoughts about incivility and what you think about that. All right, so no assignments this week as far as written assignments, so that's good. I think I've got just about everybody's NEPD. If you haven't turned it in yet, please do so. There is, remember, a 10% deduction in points for every day that an assignment is submitted late. So I am going to be looking over the NEPDs and the goals. I hope everybody looked at my video before turning in those so you could do them correctly. But I'm going to give you lots of feedback, and if you're not kind of doing it right, I'll give you feedback. We'll get you back on track, and it'll be great for when you fill it in week 4. Okay? I do have 4 classes going on right now, and they're all on the same weekly cycle. So everybody turned everything in last night. So it does take me a little while to grade all the different papers, assignments, NEPDs, things like that. But I will get them back to you as soon as I can. And then if you have any questions still about the NEPD forms, please, just ask me. Remember, once we get all the comments on that NEPD form, you're going to save that form back to your desktop, and you're just going to keep resubmitting that form every 2 weeks. And you're going to keep my comments on it also. Ooh, my light keeps changing a little bit here. Sorry about that. So we can still have that as a rotating form. It really is helpful for me if I can see the comments from last time. And then also, when you're filling out your new section of the NEPD, you can look back and see if I request that you make any changes, or if I requested additional information or anything like that on the NEPD form. So remember to just keep saving it. All right, I think that's about it for today, and I look forward to reading your thoughts about Competency 2 and then also responses about incivility in the classroom. See you in the main forum.